Alright, I'm going to show you. This may be a little quicksy live, okay? But I'm going to show you how to start to sew together the two hexagons. So, what I've got in my hand is my trusty dusty 5mm hook. You will need the corresponding yarn and a pair of scissors at the end. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. We're going to slide that up just a little bit. So we have 1 and 2 strands of yarn. So what I do is I will take this. They're already knotted together. Or they're already knotted, one on each side of the project. Like, knotted off. The project. I try my hardest on YouTube not to swear. So I'm gonna show you. I am so sorry about my language, y'all. Okay. It's meant as like to kind of attach them together to start sewing them. So we're gonna, but I am seriously so sorry, y'all. My thing fell. Yarg. Okay, come here. There is a reason why I keep my channel child free or kid free for the exact reason. Now, I'm going to fix this. We're gonna do it right. Hello, new friend. Hello, everybody. Wow. Good evening. I know it's been a while, but I'm finishing up my project. My one project that I gotta finish up. My Wi-Fi isn't fixed yet, but better. But we're gonna work with it tonight. I must apologize to you for the first few minutes of my live. I started swearing, but I try not to. But we're stitching up the seam for the back of the granny hexagon cardigan that I was making for my sister. So what you're gonna do is I have 1 and 2, increasingly long pieces of yarn. But we're going to use these increasingly long pieces of yarn to sew together. Okay. Okay. And sometimes you just have to go back and fix your mistake. So you're going to start by single crocheting down the line. So you're going to start here. Start with a stitch it with a double the 2 chain spaces are for the corner. And you're going to work along the edge here. Yeah, we're going to work along the edge right here. And we're going to just, I'll show you. We're going to go in the middle stitch here. And then in the chain, well, in the space. And then the second stitch. The middle. But as we go, we got to make sure it's all together now. And keep it as even as we possibly can. So, yeah. So, yeah. This may be a really short live, guys, but this is more like a tutorial live kind of deal. So you're working in the second, on the top of the second double crochet in the shells. Right here. Right on the top of them. We're going to keep working along the bottom, along the edge here. Come on. And it has to be as even as possible because it's got to equal out on the both sides. It's like the seam of your clothes. You know how you have a seam on the bottom of your, like here? You have a seam on your pants? Kind of like that. It's got to equal out. So, it's kind of like that. Hello, new friend. This is just an on-the-fly live. So, I've gone to doing just on-the-fly lives, no schedule. It's when I feel up to it. That's how it is. Especially during Christmas time. Okay. We're almost to the end, I think. No, we're like halfway, I think. But you want to keep, although you have a super long tail, you want to put that to the side. And this is where my hook is. From where my hook is right here to right there at the corner is how far we got. Like I said, it might be a quick live like y'all. But I am thinking about showing you what else I'm working on. So I just gotta think about how I'm gonna show that off. I've started doing fly-by-night lives. In other words, doing lives only when I feel up to it and no schedule. Except for starting on the first Tuesday in January. I think it's January 5th or 6th. or somewhere around there, the first Tuesday in January. But definitely that. We will be back bowling. But until then, we will be doing fly by night lives and shorts. And there's a reason why we had all that yarn. Because we're going to use this up to get to the bottom. Although it's a really tiny stitch, um, you use all that yarn. It's such a tiny stitch, but you use just about every ounce of that yarn. That's why I made it so long. That we can use that yarn. Well, hello, new friend. Like I said, we're gonna do fly by night lives until January 6th, and then the first Tuesday in January, and then we're gonna go back to our regular Tuesday night lives, and then we will go from there. I think we'll do a fly by night live every day except for Tuesday. Tuesday will be our permanent live. I think that's what we'll do. Not sure yet. Because we are going through things, my husband and I. No, we're still together. But my husband is going through something that I can't really discuss without his permission. If you live in the US, you know HIPAA. Enough said. Ooh, we're getting close. Like I said, this might be a short live. Are you gonna go? Okay. I thought so. Okay. Come on. Okay. So we're really close to finishing up here. So we got this stitch and one more. Sorry, that stitch, and this is the very last stitch. So what we do is we'll do the single crochet. We'll pull up on it nice and tall, like I just did. And here's the reason why I have the super nice long tail. Okay. One side was shorter than the other, but that's okay. So we'll grab this. This is the remaining tail. We'll grab that. reach in. You want to put that over here. Reach in with your index finger. Only your index finger. And pull it really tight. Alright, y'all. Stay safe. Peace, love, and light to all.